I don't know if it seems obvious or what, but we took this inventory search and we popped it on the homepage. We put it right at the top because we knew that like this is one of the most popular things on the website. So why try and get people to click twice just to get to this? Let's put it right in front of them, the first thing they see on the homepage, and then it'll be the first thing they interact with. So hey, thanks for taking a minute to watch this video. In this video, we're going to show you a couple of things that Renaissance Marketing does to improve the conversion rate on your website. Here's the list of contents of what we're going to be discussing in this video. Take a look.
Like, is your website killing your conversions right
Yeah,
now?
killing your marketing efforts and how to fix it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, this is an example. You had 675 store sessions, your traffic's up 50%, but you have no orders, no conversions, no sales, and that's not what you want. And then I just kind of had an example. I was like, imagine you're on Facebook and you click an ad that says car for sale, and then this pops up. You're gonna probably say, oh no, I have a virus. I thought it was funny too, right?
Yeah.
Um, And then your website could be the reason for no conversion. So check these three things first: your page speed, bounce rate of your landing page, and then you can find all this info in Google Analytics. And then just two statistics of 47% of consumers expect a website to load in 2 seconds, and 40% abandon one that takes longer than 3 seconds.
Right.
And
Okay,
then
we can just go through this right now, man.
okay.
Like I don't think it has to be like that formal, like, hello everyone, thanks for coming to our meeting. Marketing efforts and how to fix it, yeah.
Yeah. And then this is an example. You had 675 store sessions, your traffic's up 50%, but you have no orders, no conversions, no sales, and that's not what you want. And then I just kind of had an example. I was like, imagine you're on Facebook and you click an ad that says car. An example of what we did for one of our clients. And then I'll ask you questions on what was good and bad about this.
Mm.
I might have to reload it.
Yeah, so with the look back, so we're using the look back machine, isn't that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah, the look back machine.
Yeah.
And so it's like pulling up a record of what a website looks like, a snapshot of time in the past. So like this is Chesterfield Auto Parts, our client, chesterfieldauto.com. And this is pulling from when, what does this say, Diana?
March 4th.
March 4th of this year.
Yep.
Okay, so this is before our website design and refresh. And if you see me looking two different screens, it's because I have two different screens and one is bigger than the other one. So I just got a new house. My setup is evolving. But yeah, so this is Chesterfield Auto. You can see like the old website was like really lacking in modern aesthetics. So to be honest, like the website did its job. The performance on this website, even before the redesign, was pretty good. We did a lot of work on SEO, pay-per-click, programmatic advertising to do like digital branding, targeted digital branding online, ads that follow you around, get in front of you if you're a DIY car enthusiast. So like, you know, well, if somebody says your baby is ugly like us, it might still be a functioning working baby like this website. And this got them through for many years on its own. So when we look at this and we're critical, we keep that in mind, right? The reason that I bring this up is because like you have to be careful about what you're doing. Like this is not just like, oh, anything we do has no consequences. This website, let's just say that it had 50,000 people a month going to it, then it's a delicate ecosystem, and you can make it worse, and you can also make it better. So like people that are doing a website redesign and they don't have SEO in mind, all the technical aspects and page speeds and user experience and conversion rate optimization, they're missing the boat because you can see a drop in your traffic, you can see a drop in your engagement and your conversions. Luckily, we were on this one, so we made sure to improve user experience. We improved the conversion rate, the traffic to the website, the engagement. And we'll get into that a little bit more. So this is what the old website looked like. You wanted to show them a couple of
Yeah.
things like,
I think another thing that we definitely improved is the user experience in general. Because right here, you see this video, which looks really nice. And the first things that kind of catch my eyes are auto parts and recycle your car.
yeah.
So, like, it's gray and black and red and
Yeah.
white. It kind of looks monotone if you think, or like a newspaper in a way.
Yeah. And they have tougher colors to work with. I mean,
Yeah.
red is not like a very common color except for like Target in branding. So like it's hard to incorporate the red and black and make it look professional sometimes.
Yeah.
We were up for the challenge.
Yeah. Should we jump over to the new one so we can?
Yeah, well, just let's just look at like the junk. Yeah, there you go. Look at
Okay.
like the junk of my car page. It was
Mhm.
a functioning page that brought in form fills and phone calls of people that wanted to sell their junk car for cash, right? But you can see this. I mean, the thing looks like it's from the early 2000s. And let's go to the inventory. So this inventory page. There's a ton of people that were spending time on this inventory page. But we knew that there was a way to get even more traffic to this part of their business. And actually, it was a lot of conversations about like what is the function of their business, like what is popular with their business, what do people spend time doing. So when we looked at like a website redesign, like it wasn't just about turn like taking this website into the 21st century. First and foremost that alone will result in more people interacting with the brand and converting and becoming new customers. We've had some of our clients with old websites say, if they had an old website, someone would call and say like, "Oh, I wasn't sure that you guys were open because your website was so old." So, like having an old website does have an effect on your brand, especially like one that's looking older. They might really like judge you. Maybe they devalue your products and your service, or they might even just straight up think that you're out of business. So, like that's one thing. But when we look at the conversion rate optimization and the user experience, we'll call that a separate approach and a separate topic that we work on. We're looking at how we can turn more people, like engage them more and turn them into customers at a higher rate. So one thing that I don't know if it seems obvious or what, but we took this inventory search and we popped it on the homepage. We put it right at the top because we knew that like this is one of the most popular things on the website. So why try and get people to click twice just to get to this? Let's put it right in front of them, the first thing they see on the homepage, and then it'll be the first thing they interact with. So
Yeah.
so here's the new website. Like you see that inventory right. First off, it looks really nice. And like I said, like red is kind of an unusual color for brands. But like they make it work and it looks pretty good here. They got like a little bit of a logo change, new logo. The whole thing looks more modernized. You have the video in the background, but that inventory right at the top just blew the traffic, blew the engagement out of the water. We can like some of the stats around this are pretty amazing, but you would think like they can already get to the inventory on the old website. How much of a difference could this make? But the amount of people that engage with this inventory search like doubled just by putting it on the homepage, making your most popular value adding content easily accessible.
Yeah. And then kind of what catches your eyes here are these three things. So cash for junk cars, get your part, and then find it online. Whereas before it was kind of dull at the bottom and it was just what car parts,
Yeah.
recycle your car.
Yeah, I mean, you try and make it within the first scroll that you see that you know exactly what this business is about, right? This is just like across the board, not just Chesterfield Auto Parts, but everyone you work with should have this. So they have three main business units that they're trying to push. So you put them right there front and center, one scroll. The customer who or user who lands here has all of their primary calls to action right in front of them with a little bit of trust building too at the bottom, right? They have
Hmm.
the Richmond Fire Department logos and the Virginia Automotive Recyclers Association. So as you go down, we're just like further. adding value and providing trust, right? Customer testimonials provide more trust. I think the other one up there was like one of the features that they have now, which kind of sets them apart that's something they can go pull apart for you. You can call in and they'll pull apart for you instead of you pulling it yourself. So like everything about this page is succinct, but adds value. I think is a wonderful page. And actually, like we don't really need the user to go visit a ton of pages. If they get most of what they need on the first page or the second page, one more click after this, then like that's good. They're getting what they need. Because I think so you showed that how users like leave if a page takes more than 3 seconds to load. First off,
Yep.
this website loads really fast. You can see, so like that's nice. But the same thing goes with if users have to click three or more times to find the content they're looking for, they're also going to bounce. So
Mhm.
this makes it so that if they land on any page, especially the home page, they are one click away from whatever they need, the most common items that they need without overdoing it and making this page like crowded and junky. I get kind of pumped up talking about this. So this is the results of January 30th to October 9th, comparing it to the previous period. Like the users went up 10%, which is huge for a company of this size. It's still really, really good. Like uh small percentage of a big number is a big change. Um, but you can see the change in the sessions, the engagement basically. Uh the sessions went nuts after we did this remodel, this website remodel, increase of almost 4,000% engagement. I mean, this is just absurd, but it's taken some common, some core first principles of marketing, which is like just making sure that people don't have to go very far to find what they need and improve massively the number of sessions per user.
Yeah. After the redesign, you can see that the homepage traffic just skyrocketed compared to the inventory page because they didn't have to do that extra navigation. Users increased over
Hmm.
100%. Same with sessions. And the interesting part was that there was almost 500% increase in key events. So people clicking those buttons and getting to what they need. And then the bounce rate dropped over 50%.
That's
So
crazy.
people were staying there. They found what they needed. They didn't have to hop off and look elsewhere. So keeping that traffic was great. And then now we're going to kind of go through other things that could be affecting your conversion rate and how things that you should check to make sure your website has. And the first thing is mobile optimization. Sometimes people have a website designed by themselves or they hire someone and they completely disregard mobile optimization. And I think what now it's over 60% of users use their phone to navigate
Yeah.
websites instead of a desktop. So here's an example. If it's not optimized for your cell phone, it could look like this, and no one's going to stay on there. They're going to be like, what the heck is this?
Yeah. Actually, something kind of interesting about mobile and desktop. You have to think about your audience. So, um, I'm gonna go into two things. So, one, mobile is obviously super important. But certain things you'll find that people are more likely to go on mobile, versus other people are more likely to go on desktop. So, like in the case of Chesterfield Auto, mobile's a big deal, right? Like they're out in the field, they're doing whatever they're doing, and they want to be able to find what they need for like for like lower price consumer retail stuff like that. I think that mobile is super important for high ticket items like B2B maybe, or just high ticket items in general. I think it's more important to have the desktop be a primary like a primary user point, because I don't know about you, but like I even see it with the way I shop. Um, for the bigger the item, the more important it is, the more I want like a big screen. And we even see that for other reasons, like if you're if you're looking for something in a B2B fashion, let's just say that like I Diana am a marketing manager and I need to research and find a tool that'll accomplish XYZ, right? Some
Yeah.
piece of software. It's less likely that you look on your mobile phone for that. Like you might do some searching for that, but like the serious research, something that's costing thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars, oftentimes they're going to be doing that on your desktop. And not only are you going to be doing that on your desktop, there are lots of corporate environments where they default to uh, Bing, like Microsoft Edge and Bing instead of Google Chrome and Google.
Hmm.
So, I know that Bing has a very small share of traffic, but actually, if you're like B2B and working with a lot of enterprise companies, then like it pays to be optimized for Bing, even just like for the one or two that slip in from a corporate level. So that's why I think it's important. Like mobile is yes important, but like desktop is not to be forgotten. Even if at 40%, if it is 40%, like that's a huge chunk of people. If you have 100,000 people coming to your website every single month, you're talking about 40,000 people, potential buyers that you need to optimize for still.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Things that are research heavy, you definitely kind of research on your desktop rather than your phone.
Yeah.
When I think of like consumer goods or, you see an ad on Instagram or Facebook for a jacket you like and you click and you buy, that journey's short compared to, is this the best jacket I should buy ever?
Yeah.
Thing.
That's another good point. Like, I mean, if we're advertising your company cross platform, cross device, then if somebody is maybe seeing the ad for the first time on their phone, then they might see it the third and fourth time on their desktop, and they might be ready to
Yeah,
click at that point and do some more browsing.
that's true. Here are some other factors that could impact your website's loading speed. That includes having large images and large file sizes, having poor server performance. That can really impact your loading speed. And then if you have an insane amount of traffic and your website can't like withhold that,
Yeah.
then that could definitely impact it as well. Having too many plugins, too many ads, and inadequate caching techniques. These are all things to look out for.
Yeah, and the server performance, those are like your hosting packages, right? Like that's one of the things that can affect that but you have like CDNs. Um CDNs like help identify the closest server to the user so that the traffic so that the experience improves based off of the location of the server that's loading. So if I'm in Tacoma, Washington, I shouldn't be pulling a server in Richmond, Virginia or Tampa, Florida. I should be pulling a server in Tacoma, even if I'm looking for a company that's in Tampa, Florida.
Huh, that's cool.
Yeah. See, like Cloudflare is a CDN.
Gotcha. The next thing that's kind of important is talking about the user journey again. So we kind of did this with CAP, where they could find their inventory right then and there because that's what they're searching for most of the time.
Yeah.
Here's an example of Athleta who sells clothes. Right there in the center, shop new arrivals. That's where they're directing all their traffic is, shop what's new.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah.
in service-based businesses, you'll see, the button that says book an appointment now or request a free quote. That's what you're hoping your users will actually convert.
Yeah.
Is there anything else regarding websites that you want to talk about before we hop to our offer?
What do you have on number 13?
Our offer?
Oh. No, it's good.
No, okay. Well, thanks for listening to us today. If you would if you have any questions regarding your website, and if you would like us to kind of go over it next time and offer you some advice on what you can do to update it, just drop your URL in the comments, and then our offer is a free 30-minute consultation with the Renaissance team. So feel free to DM us or reach out to us